Hello there. There are plots afoot within the Tory party to get the Prime Minister to deliver a so-called soft Brexit, which in reality means deliver no Brexit at all. Firstly, my best wishes go to the royal couple for a happy life together. Now, the PM has been told that she must face down the hardline Brexiteers in her party, such as those in the European Research Group or ERG, headed by Jacob Rees-Mogg, reports the BBC. According to the Beeb, a group of former cabinet ministers is planning a public intervention to try to show that the Conservative Parliamentary Party would support what they call a sensible Brexit. It goes on to say that Justine Greening, Rudd and Damien Green, possibly backed by the government chief whip Julian Smith, want the PM to know that she would have enough party support to take on and defeat the hardline Brexiteers. This group of MPs that stood falsely on a platform of respecting the will of the people has also, it is reported, won some support among Leave Tory MPs, with one senior Leaver backing this new initiative telling Newsnight, "The Prime Minister will have to face down the ERG. Maybe she also has to sack a cabinet minister." Judging by the article, this group of Brexit wreckers want the PM to be comforted by the knowledge that over half her party will back her in any vote of no confidence initiated by the Brexiteers, and also that with the numbers of Tory MPs ready to vote down the chance of a no-deal Brexit, the PM could just sign the country up to the permanent EU Customs Union vassal status and keep her job in the process. They then have until the next general election in 2022 to try and engineer a reversal, happy in the knowledge that the UK is, in the meantime, captive and subservient to their EU masters. And all the while they can beaver away on the inside to make sure that whatever form of non-Brexit we do end up with doesn't work. Well, there's only one Brexit, and that is the full withdrawal of the UK from the EU, a total fuck you. And with the way the Conservative Party is now going, it will lead to a full withdrawal of UK endorsement for the Tories, a total fuck it. So there you have it, those in the Westminster bubble once again looking internally at what they want with no heed for democracy. What will it take for our elected representatives to do what they promised us they would do? Now, calming down, Tory Brexiteer Ian Duncan Smith has said that Theresa May's new backstop plan, that will effectively keep the UK in the EU Customs Union, must not last more than a couple of months after the transition phase ends. The real point is that while we are in, or aligned, or otherwise engaged with the EU to this extent, we have not left the EU and Brexit has not been achieved. And now Politico tells us that the new real Brexit date will be, now hold your breath, July 2022, over 6 years from the date we voted to leave. This will mean that the UK will still be shackled for a further 3 years between the date it formally leaves the EU on March the 29th, 2019 and July 2022, in order to get the border technology in place, and not the extra 2 months to say Feb 2021 that Ian Duncan Smith was talking about. It just gets longer and longer, doesn't it? Now, it turns out that the PM did appoint some new lords yesterday. There were 9 Tories, 3 Labour and 1 DUP. The trouble is, I'm not sure this tips any Brexit balance in the upper house, as only one Tory, Peter Lilly, was a Leave voter. But one was Theresa May's special advisor John Randall and another was her friend Catherine Mayer. One of Corbyn's chosen few was Martha Ossamore, who had previously been embroiled in a Labour anti-Semitism row. Do I really need to say any more about this discredited system? In some really good news, the UK will be saving itself £109 million by not taking part in next year's EU parliamentary elections, reports The Telegraph. But as just about no one knows who these MEPs are, or has never probably interacted with them, and never seen an MEP doing anything meaningful or useful for them, one surmises that they will not be missed. And I reckon, within a month, the whole EU machine will have forgotten they ever existed as well. Now this one tickled me a bit. The German finance minister has said the EU will respond in kind if Trump's US keeps on with its America First policy. In an interview with ARD television, Peter Altmaier said, "The US are our friends and partners, and we want to defend our common values. But if it's America first, and they put their economic interest before others, then they have to expect Europe to define their own interests and fight for them." So let's get this straight. Firstly, the US president is elected to do just that. Put the good old US of A first. What else do you expect him to do? Second, we in the UK have been paying billions every year to belong to a giant club that does not look after the people it purports to represent. Do they not put the EU first in everything? Actually, judging by these Brexit negotiations, they do. They even put the EU itself in front of the real needs of its member states and citizens, for crying out loud. Now Altmaier is telling us that they don't fight for what he calls Europe. Now that I can believe. Finally, there were fears that UK drivers would be forced to jump through insurance admin hoops at extra cost in order to drive in the EU after Brexit. But that is now being dealt with. UK drivers will still be able to use their existing car insurance policies to drive in the EU after Brexit. The UK said it intends that UK insurance continues to meet the relevant requirements for the green card-free circulation area, and that this was just a procedural matter and nothing to do with the Brexit negotiations. Hugh Evans, Director General of the Association of British Insurers, said, "This is good news for drivers and haulage operators who no longer face the prospect of doing reams of paperwork and paying admin charges every time they get on a ferry to Europe. It's always encouraging to see common sense prevail, and I look forward to the Commission concluding the formalities as soon as possible." Yet another Project Fear item dropped in the rubbish bin. So, what do you think of the Tory plots to keep us in the EU? Please let us all know by leaving a comment below. Thank you for watching. Please do like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel. And when subscribing, please do remember to press on the little bell next to the subscribe button. That way you'll get an alert every single time I put up a new video. Thank you very much for watching.